Now let's see this question. Murli can do a work in 30 days and Srinu can do the same work in 45 days. Murli started the work and Srinu replaced it after 14 days. Then in how many days from the beginning 80% of the work will be completed? So they are talking like this. So they are saying that, let's write the data first. So Murli can do a work in 30 days. That is what is given. And Srinu can do the same work in 45 days. And they are saying that Murli started the work. If you assume that this is the timeline, Murli started the work and Srinu replaced him after 14 days. So it is a different question in the sense both of them are not working together. Here it is a replacement question, which means earlier we have seen, when both of them are doing together, what happens. Now it is like one person has started, Murli has started, and he has worked for how many days? 14 days. 14 days, and then Srinu is going to replace, right? So how to solve it? Now find out the work that is done by Murli in this time, and then find out the remaining work, and that has to be completed by Srinu. Now we are supposed to find out how many days does it take, right? But then there is a small twist in the story. It is 80% of the work. So we need not go till the entire work, only 80% has to be done. If you assume that this is the total time required to complete the full work, you need not worry about the last 20% of the work, right? You have to worry only about the 80% of the work. Got it? Okay. Now let's try to solve it. Let's try to find out the rate at which Murali and Srinu are working. Since we don't know the rate, let us assume that the total work is some number. So what will be a better number for these two? You can take anything. I am getting 20 units in my mind, so I have just taken it there. Then what is the rate at which Murali is working? 90 by 30, which means 3 units per day. And what is the rate at which Srinu is working? 90 by 45, which means 2 units per day. This is the rate at which they are working. Okay. Now if you let Murali work for 14 days at a rate of 3 units per day, he will be able to finish 14 into 3, which is nothing but 42. So 42 units will be finished by Murali. Why? See this. He is able to finish 3 units per day and he has worked for 14 days. Therefore, what is the total amount of work he finished? 3 into 14, which is 42 units per total, right? And now what is the amount of work remaining? If you see this, we are not worried about 90 units of work. We are worried about only 80% of the work. Why? Because only till this point we want to finish, right? We need not finish till 90. Therefore, what is 80% of 90? 80 by 100 into 90 is 72, right? So we are worried from here to here only about 72 units of work, out of which 42 is already done. Are you getting this? The total work we need to finish is only 72 units but not 90, and also we have finished 42 units by here. Therefore, what is the work remaining for Srinu to finish? It is 30 units, isn't it? Therefore, in this slot you are supposed to finish 30 units, and what is the time required for that, right? Now you might get some doubt. When we are finishing only 80% of the work, right? Now why are we assuming 90 units? Why don't we assume 72 units, right? So in order to answer that question, you have to see this. Look at this. Murali can do a work in 30 days and Srinu can do the same work is given, right? That is why I am assuming some work initially, and I have to assume that number to be constant for both of them. Whatever number you assume here, you have to assume constant for both of them. And later if you see this, they are talking about 80% of the work. So initially they are talking about some work, and later they are talking about 80% of the work. That is why while considering the rate, you have to take the initial work, and then while considering the final answer, you have to take 80% of it. Got it? So rate has to be computed for 90 units, and then final answer has to be computed for only 72 units, right? Okay. Now 30 units has to be done by Srinu in how many days? Now if you see the rate at which Srinu is working, he is able to finish 2 units per day, which means 2 units he is able to finish in 1 day, and how many days does it require for him to finish 30 units? So multiply both sides with 15, you are going to get the answer as 15 days, isn't it? Therefore here it is 15 days. Now what is the total amount of time required from beginning to finish the total work? 14 days by Murali and 15 days by Srinu, which means 29 days is the total amount of time required for us to finish 80% of the work. Got it? Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.